Made for the strong, made to inspire. Discover yourself, tell doubt to retire. You gotta succeed, you gotta believe that your life is worth fighting for all of your dreams. D-U-D-U. Chosen generation, chasing purpose, about to heal the nation. D-U-D-U. Enhancing your life, we down for the fight. D-U-D-U. Chosen generation, chasing purpose, about to heal the nation. D-U-D-U. Enhancing your life, we down for the fight.
Yo, we back. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome. My name is Robert Vann, your neighborhood strong man. Thank you for being with us tonight for our third session. Welcome to Discovery University Summer School, Equipping the Chosen. Today is session 3, Attaining Your Desired Future. Today we have my big brother, one of my leaders in the United States Navy, amazing man of God, husband, father, Mr. Dr. Chief Honorable Lewis B. Mountain. Y'all give it up for my man. Give it up for my man. Thank you guys, man. If you haven't already, man, put some fire in the comments. Share this. Tag some people who may need this content, especially if they are a young leader or a college student or a second termer. As you guys know, a second termer to me is somebody who's 25 years older, 25 years old or older, trying to come back to school. Hey, I'm that guy. I'm 33 years old and I'm just now attaining my first degree. I've been going to school for 15 years, but now I'm finally getting my degree. So if you are a young leader or a college student, even a faith leader, tag somebody in this so that way they can get this amazing content. Okay, let's get it in. All right, so you guys know a little bit about me. I founded Discovery University in August of last year. God gave me this vision to create a portal to put out content concerning 3 areas: leadership, purpose, and self-awareness. I just recently published my second book titled Chosen Generation, where I help students and young adults to grow in self-awareness and become transformational leaders. We'll get into that later, but I'm a pastor at my church. I published my second book in May 21st for college students. I'm a nonprofit executive board member here local for our ambassador CDC, and almost a college graduate. So I'm really excited about that. But let's talk about Discovery University. Again, thank you guys for being here, for those who are viewing now and those who will be viewing later via Facebook or YouTube. Discovery University is a virtual and outreach program where I focus on 3 main areas: self-awareness, leadership, and purpose, especially for students and young adults. And thank you guys for being with me today. If you want to learn more about Discovery University, check out my website at www.robertbvann.com. You can check out all of the information about Discovery University. If you're a faith-based leader or an educator, administrator, you work with a college or TRIO program, you would love to get some content, I would love to come out and partner with you to help educate and empower your students. Well, let's talk about my brother. Well, you look good, boy. You look good.
Doing what I do.
You look good, man. Lewis B. Mountain. I'm gonna read this, guys. United States Navy Chief Petty Officer Lewis B. Mountain Jr. was born in Washington, D.C. on the 14th of October, 1987. The oldest of 4 boys and the first Navy sailor in his family. He joined the Navy 14th September 2005 and has been serving in the Navy for the last 16 years. Since he joined, he has married his beautiful wife, Alexis Mountain, of 9 years, and they have 2 strong boys, Jeremiah and Jackson Mountain. He is an aviation bosun equipment, where he and myself would launch, and recover fixed-wing aircraft off the flight deck, off an aircraft carrier. He comes up through the ranks he came up from an E3. He is now a Navy chief at E7. Now his job is to lead sailors to become their best in every aspect of life, including their career and in the Navy. He's currently at the Navy Naval Talent Acquisition Group, Pacific Northwest in Seattle, Navy recruiting, where he is finishing his tour and will go back to sea and continue doing what he does best at sea. Bro, give it up for my brother, man. An amazing man. Lou, what's up, Lou? Let's talk about it, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and some of your background.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I appreciate this opportunity to sit down with you. As I've said before, I'm just taken back with your amount of success and the drive and things that you've been doing since you got out the Navy. The
Yeah.
Navy lost a good one, so I'm a little upset at that. But
Yes, sir. They couldn't hold me
but
back.
uh, but at the,
Couldn't hold me back.
yeah, man. I mean, what you've done since you've gotten out has definitely launched you into a whole another field, and I just couldn't be prouder. So, just to have known you and built a relationship with you. But a little bit about me. Bio pretty much says a big part of it. But I'm from Sea Pleasant, Maryland. Oldest of four boys, so we grew up rough situation, rough household, not a lot of money to go around, right? So the biggest thing for me was finding something that was stable, finding something that it wasn't going to be moved, and something like God, like unmovable. That paycheck
Yeah,
for the military,
come on,
it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
come
So
on.
so that was my big thing. But the other thing is I really liked structure and discipline.
Yeah,
Not that I was like, somebody telling me I'm wrong or whatever. Everybody hates that. Nobody likes to be told they're wrong or whatnot. But the structure of the military really, really gravitated to me at a young age. So I was like, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. And that's what kind of started me looking at different branches and looking at what I wanted to do. And I mean, the Navy was singing my song, to travel, going around the world, being able to do a short amount of time, but see a whole lot of things. No other branch was really selling that to me. And I did Army JROTC. So initially, I was going Army, but the more
yeah,
I discovered, the more I looked into it. I was like, nah, the Navy's where I want to be. And it was a leap of faith, man, because nobody in my circle, nobody on my immediate family outside of that, nobody had done Navy. Nobody knew anything about it intimately.
yeah.
My drill instructors, they never served with the Navy, so nobody could really give me insight. So I was like, all right, God, I want to do this. You got to help me through it. And I mean, September this year will be 17 years, and I mean,
Right.
I've been killing it ever since. If I can speak so boldly, so
Yeah, yeah. Hey, congratulations, man. Again, for those who don't know, me and Chief Mountain, Brother Mountain, Big Dog Mountain, he was my LPO. He was my LPO on the ship when I came to the Gerald Ford in 2018. I met him. Both of us with some bald head brothers. He took me on
Mhm.
a trip. Took me on a
Well,
trip.
you tried to hang on to it for a little while.
I tried to. He said, hey man, it's something about you. And he allowed me to work with him in his department. And he has been an amazing leader and has become an amazing brother. And so that's what got him. I asked him if he could just come and be with us today to talk about some leadership principles to help us to not only become a better leader outside of the house, but inside of the house as well. So let's get started, man. Today we're talking about
Yep.
um, addressing and identifying and being able to attain your desired future. And something that I write about in my book, Chosen Generation, is this: being able to defeat the I don't care mentality. And this I don't care mentality is when you're trying to pursue a goal, you're trying to pursue a dream, you have a vision for your life, and then it gets hard, and then you say, I don't care no more.
Hmm.
Okay, come
Yep.
on now, come on now, come on now. Y'all know there have been times when let's say we try to pursue a relationship, we try to pursue a degree, we try to pursue another job title, and then it got a little rough or somebody went before us, and then we just all of a sudden act like we don't care no more. I don't care.
Hmm.
But you have to overcome that so you can get. It's just like when you're trying to work out and attain your a certain fitness goal, and then you be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna eat my like I did today. I'm gonna tell myself I'm supposed to be losing weight. Then today I was like, I don't feel like it, so I went and got me some Chick-fil-A, a number 2, with pepper jack cheese, add bacon, spicy, and then half and half. Okay, is there anybody in the room? Is there anybody in the room?
Hey,
Okay,
that's my meal right there.
that's it. I know it. It costs $9.87. Come on, talk to me, somebody. Right? But can somebody just put
Uh,
somebody please put Chick-fil-A in the comments? Oh shoot, and we got AB Woman Man in the comments right now.
oh, there she is.
We got Chief Moore. He in the comments right now. All right, thank
What
you
up,
guys for being with us,
shipmates?
man. Hey, we got the whole 4 on this thing. Okay,
About
y'all
to have a reunion.
gotta have a reunion. Y'all put Chick-fil-A in the comments. So put Chick-fil-A in the comment. Maybe we can get sponsored. Maybe we can get sponsored. Hold up. Okay, but you have to overcome. Thank you, God. You have to overcome and defeat the I don't care mentality. Because here's the truth. We
Hmm.
do care. Oh man.
Hmm.
We really do care. If we didn't care, we wouldn't have to communicate that we don't care. So if you wanna attain your desired future, number one, defeat that I don't care mentality. Now that's my part. That's all I got. Okay. But let's talk. Let's talk, Chief. Let's talk, Mount. Let's talk, man of God. All right. Being
Uh-huh.
serious about your future is important. My first question for you is: so, what is a vision, and how can I get one myself? Like, what is a vision, and how can I get one myself?
Mm. So, first of all, I'm gonna say I'm definitely not the expert. There's a lot of more educated people out there than
Man,
myself
get out of here.
that, that can give you the definition of what a vision might be, right? But for me, having that vision, having that thing that you're looking forward to doing,
Yeah,
um, it could be something as simple as, well, I don't want to substitute vision and say goal,
yeah.
but
Either one could
I
be
would
for you.
say a goal. Yeah, I would say a goal is a part of the vision, because to me,
Okay.
a vision is like something that I see myself doing overall, right? The
Hey,
overall vision for me, like something for me when I was a kid, my mom and dad got divorced. I was like, man, when I get married, I never want to get divorced. I want to have a great family. I want to travel. I want to, have this beautiful family that no matter what I'm doing in life, we are successful and good. So the vision, the big picture is have a good family, have a good situation, grow up and raise my kids with my wife, so on and so forth, right? So then
yep.
the goal I'm seeking for is the proper mate to do that.
Oh, you
You know what I
talking
mean?
all right?
So there's certain things in your vision, in my opinion, that once you kind of come up with that story, you come up with that thing, you got to figure out what are the little goals, the things, the pieces of the puzzle you got to put together to make that vision happen. Like I think that's the example I want to use. What it is pretty much like a 300 piece puzzle.
Yeah.
The vision is what the box look like, right? That's the
Oh
vision, the
no.
whole picture. But you got to get those little pieces in order. You got to have those little goals set that'll help you put the picture together. You know
That's
what I mean? So
good.
that's what a vision is for me.
First of all, I thought you wanted the expert because the way you just broke that down.
Hey man, that's
You
that's
act
that's
like
the
you didn't
Holy
just
Ghost.
do
That
what
ain't
you
me.
just did. Okay. So how can I get one? Let's say I'm a student. Yes. Let's say I'm a young leader. We have some Navy personnel here. Let's say I'm an E1, E2. Maybe I'm an E7. You know, I've
Mhm,
been working. Where do I get this vision, or where do I get this vision from? Do I need to have one? Where do I get it from?
mhm. I feel like you your vision. Well, first of all, let's talk about the fact that sometimes your vision, your goals, your things that you're trying to attain in life, they do change. So let's admit that they change,
Oh
right?
man. Yep.
When I joined the Navy, I was going to be a Navy pilot. I got great vision. I wanted to do all this cool stuff and fly these aircraft and jets. But through the course of my journey, that changed, and I was like, "No, I want to be a Navy chief." My whole vision for what I wanted to be in the Navy changed. But the biggest thing as far as getting a vision or getting something that you're striving for and shooting for, something to start putting that picture together, is the first thing you got to answer is for yourself is why.
That's good.
Why? What is your why? What is your why? What is it that you're trying to do? What do you want to be? Who are you? Why and who are you? Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they want the vision, and even though the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain, and all this kind of fun stuff, whatever the case may be. But why?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to attain? What's the point of this vision?
Yeah.
Right? I can sit here all day and say my vision to have a great family and raise great kids and all that kind of stuff, and that's wonderful. But is that it? Why do you want to do that? What is the point of that? So I think the an important question to figure out about the vision is to figure out why you're trying to pursue something. What is it that you're trying to attain, and what are you trying to get to?
Yeah.
Um, and it's not easy, and it doesn't have to exactly be all put together, right?
That's good.
Like, as much as I wanted to have a great family, I don't know who I want to be with. I don't even know what my interests are, right?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, what I envisioned my wife to be like, that is not her. Like, it's not it's not her at all. It
Come
ain't
on.
her at all, right? When I envisioned myself in the Navy, I was gonna be a pilot. I was gonna wear my aviators. Mind you, I still wear them now, but
Yeah.
I
You
was gonna
showed
wear my
me.
aviators and walk around in my flight suit, and I was gonna have this whole ensemble and get in my jet and crank that bad boy up, break the sound barrier, had a whole different thing. And now I'm sitting here as a Navy chief, listening to people's problems and complaining and figuring out how to get their life straight. And I'm like, man, you 18, and your parents didn't raise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over here raising sailors.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to do. Like, that's my job. That's what I enjoy. And the why became for me, what I learned through this thing is that we have a little saying in the Navy, right? That officers in the Navy or in the military in general, they make the Navy run, right? And that's a real true thing. They sign a lot of paperwork, they get in trouble for a lot of stuff, and they're responsible or overall responsible for a lot. But the Navy, in the Navy specifically, chiefs make the Navy run. We're
Yeah.
the ones that put the right people in the right place. The people we know who has the qualifications and all the different things to make that particular thing happen. So I might have a lieutenant commander, captain, somebody say, hey, I need this to happen. And as a chief, I turn around and say, hey, these are the people I need to use because they are going to get the job done right, safely, and execute without any flaw. And I've discovered through pursuing the vision that the reason why I want to be a Navy chief is because I'm a people person. I love
Yeah.
people. I love people. I love the mission. Hey, let's get the mission done. Let's do the job. But I love people. It hurts me when people are hurting. It hurts me when somebody isn't getting what they want to get or they don't reach the goal that they want to attain. And that resonated with me. But it was only that I only figured it out through the journey.
Yeah.
Because my why when I joined the Navy, and this is why I said stuff changes, my why when I joined the Navy was because I wanted stability.
Yeah.
I wanted stability. I had a broken home, stuff was just, I wanted stability. I wanted discipline, order. But then once I got in it and I had that, okay, cool. I'm gonna keep moving on in it. I'm well with what I got. But now, why am I gonna stay? And how am I gonna pursue this? And how am I? And it just kept changing over time. But the vision looking good to me right now. But even as a father now, as a husband, me and my wife in January, 10 years married. You know what I'm saying? That's no small feat at all. And my boys, they're 6 and 5. My oldest is turning 7 this November. And now I'm looking like, okay, God, here we are. We got this marriage, we got these kids. Now what? There's now the why comes back. Like, what am I doing this for? What am I supposed to be teaching now? What's the vision of my family? Because I got the family now. I got the good, God-fearing, stable family. What's the vision for my family now?
Yeah.
So back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? So stuff changes. But it's good to start somewhere. In the first place, I think you should start is the why. Why do you want what you want? What are you trying to get out of it? And then once you kind of figure that out a little bit, or you just have an idea, you start pursuing and putting goals in place, tangible goals, things that you can physically see growth in, not just, oh, I'm going to make $1 million in a year. Okay, well, how? Like, put that together, how you plan to do it, and then move forward.
Man, look, you said a lot. And what I like to do, what I've been doing for the last 2-3 weeks is after you guys say something, I reiterate them so that way they can have it. They can either put it in the comments or write these things down. So the things some big things that you said, because I'm right. If you ever see me looking down, I'm writing the notes down as you speak.
Mm-hmm.
You said, what is your why?
You speak too.
Establishing what your why is. What is my why? And you spoke about knowing who you are, because self-awareness ties into your vision. How you said when you understand your why, your vision is birthed from your why. If your why is security, that means your vision is going to be very, very stable. You're not looking to do anything that's going to be very risk based. Like for me, my vision, the military took a lot of guts. Like I'm getting out to pursue this. I left security to go into insecurity, but my vision welcomed insecurity because my vision was birthed in faith. So it's like sometimes your vision is not going to have much security, but if that's what you have, you go with that because you assume the risk of, well, probably because like for the first 5 months of me being away, I didn't have a paycheck.
Yeah.
So, thank you God for this. But I prepared for that. So my vision, I prepared for a successful vision 3 months before I got out. I was saving my money. I was going to school. So it was like I was doing the prep work to see the vision, to come to pass because I knew who I was. I knew like you said, people person. And I know some of you guys or a lot of you guys may be either people persons or love people or not. However, especially in our faith, the more you love and shepherd people, the more God will give you. But if you don't like people, I want to be around nobody. How can he increase your territory if you don't allow him? Like if you're willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land. That's what it say, right? And then y'all right. Somebody put this in the comments. Visions change. Put this in the comments for me. Visions change. Visions change. Visions change. I'm gonna say this real quick. And I'm gonna give it back over to you, Chief.
Um,
I got out the military. I got out the military, right? High on the vision of, because I had already published my first book, and I was a few months away from
mhm,
publishing my second one. So I got out of the military thinking that I was going to be a full-time entrepreneur. My books were going to be selling. I was going to be working full-time for my church, and I was going to be traveling the nation and the world speaking and doing motivational speaking. Did that happen? No. Uh-oh.
no, yep,
Uh-oh. Come on, y'all. Let's talk
yep,
about this. Let's be honest. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Discover University. Yeah, but this wasn't in my vision. This
mhm,
was not Discover University. Was not. I. This
wasn't a
wasn't even
part of
thought
it.
of. Being a middle school teacher was unthought of. Now I'm a pastor at my church. I knew it, but I didn't know it was going to come this fast. That was not on my vision. But especially for those who are Christians or men and women of faith, we have to be able to say, God, not my will, but your will be done. But what
Yes,
if
sir.
I've been preparing 12 years for my vision, and then as soon as I take a
Mm,
step, you take my vision away and you give me yours? Can we be secure enough? Can we be secure enough to say, not my will, your will be done? Your will was pilot. God's will was chief.
mm,
So thank you,
that's a
God, for
fact.
this. And I'll be quiet. God, that's why he say write the vision, make it plain. He says write the vision, make it plain, because your vision keeps you busy until you get his.
Mhm,
Oh, you write
that's
it
a
down.
fact.
You write it down to keep you busy. But then when God gets involved, then he can take over and show you here's the truth. So he got me started in the military because I was never supposed to join. I hated the military. But then I eventually joined. I eventually joined because I was either going to have a whole bunch of babies, do some stupid stuff in Georgia. But
Uh-huh.
because I took a step towards something, you gotta start somewhere. Because having the vision is one part, executing is the other part. So a lot of us
Yep.
have vision boards. We have notebooks full of, in 5 years, I want my man of God, I want my wife to have. But what are you
Mhm.
doing? So let me get off that. I got a question for you, big dog. Why is
Yeah,
having a goal and a vision for your future important? Why is having a goal or a vision important?
man. So, like a million and a half different little sayings just ran through my head. I couldn't even grab one of them because there was so many. But basically, the reality of the situation is, I mean, as human beings, just as people, that not even just being spiritual or nothing like that, man. Just as human beings, we got to be busy with something.
We need something.
Um, we need something to do. I've seen too many people in the military, out of the military. They get to that point where they retire. They've been working their whole lives. They retire, and like they literally live 5 to 10 more years, and then they just die because they went from working and being busy and doing something, and then just stopped. Like
Yep.
didn't do anything. When I retire, I'm not gonna do nothing, and then they just die. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, and it literally is it's healthy for us to have goals and have these markers in our vision where we're like, oh, I attained this, good to go. I attained that, good to go. I mean, the simplest thing is money,
Yeah.
right? Simplest thing is money. If you have a debt, now let's say 1,000, let's use a low number because some people probably around here like I got 50,000, I got some
Yeah.
$100,000 school loans, and so let's say $1,000, right? If you're like, man, I have a goal to pay this $1,000 off in the next, let's just say 5 months or whatever the case may be. And over the next 5 months, you're going to pay $200 a month to pay that off, right? So when you go every month and you pay your 200 and you see it come down to 8 and you pay that 200 the following month and you see it come down to 6. You know what I'm saying? Like once you see
That
those goals
gratification.
being attained, you start building up that confidence like, man, I'm almost there. I could do this and da 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 da. What happens is when we mess up sometimes when we're pursuing our goals and stuff like that, we see those little bits of success and then we stop pursuing. We stop
Yeah.
and we're like, oh, good. Or in a financial situation, we go out there and run some more money on the credit card playing Zorro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we start messing up and doing some things to put our vision a little bit further from us or our goal a little bit further from us. So it's important to have some goals, have some markers, have some things, some attainable things that we can say, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this. I'm moving forward in my goals, and it's ultimately helping me put those puzzle pieces together for my vision. And I'm starting to see the picture come together because it encourages you. It keeps your faith built up, even when you do something to sabotage your own vision. Even when
Right.
you have a situation come in, because life ain't our friend either. Sometimes life
Ain't-
situations come and it knocks us back, you know. So to have those things in place to say, well, I'm a little bit further back than I wanted to be right now because COVID happened or
Yeah.
whatever, some outside entity happened. But I did accomplish this. So I'm on the right track. Let me keep pursuing it.
Yeah.
I wanted to tag on something or piggyback on something you said.
Go ahead.
That the Bible actually says, because we talking about goals and visions and starting to do something, being busy with something. The Bible says that God will give you the desires of your heart, right?
Yeah.
But then I thought about this years ago. I was like, well, who in the heck gave us those desires in the first place?
Mhm.
Especially when they're good things, because the Bible also says that there's no good in me except God. So if I
Yep.
have a good desire in me, that means that God gave me that desire to do something.
Yep.
So in pursuing that good thing, I will find God's vision for my life if I don't immediately know what it is. So you have to just trust and take that leap of faith of, well, I mean, the military resonates with me all the time, but it could be anything. I want to pursue college, but I don't have a degree. I don't have the financial aid. I don't have any supporters. I got nothing. Okay, well, let me see about online courses. I mean, if I don't have a computer, I'm gonna go to the library and try to go sign up on something like that, or let me go to this community college for free and see if there's some programs they offer. Like, you gotta make moves towards the goal. You gotta do something. Sit down doing nothing, you might as well be dead.
Yeah.
And honestly, biologically, that's what happens to us when we don't do anything. Stuff shuts down.
Yeah.
I heard someone say something about the brain, that the brain is a very interesting and fascinating organ, because it learns how to do stuff or do stuff for your body all on its own.
Yep.
And it's wild, because if you start to do things to your body, like you start to, well, the one that comes to mind is not really a good one, but different narcotics and drugs and things like that.
Yep.
If you start putting those drugs in your system and you get a high off of those drugs very regularly, and your dopamine response is kicked all the time by the drugs, your brain will stop making it. Your brain
Yep.
stops making dopamine. It stops kicking that reflex, because it's like, oh, you're doing that on your own, so I'm gonna stop doing it. I'm not gonna do it for you no more. That's why a lot of people that are on drugs or have these addictions, they stay there, because when they get off and they get free of that demon, then they come to reality and they see their kids and they see their family, and the thing that should ignite joy, the brain stopped doing it. It's like,
Yep.
you're gonna do that on your own, right? So that's a problem that we work with, because I'm a drug alcohol prevention advocate in the Navy. So that's something we deal with them. But it's very, very clear to us that in the human experience, if you stop doing stuff, your body is going to say, oh, we're not doing that no more. Well, I'm gonna stop wasting energy on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop wasting brain power on it. I'm gonna stop, like, that's why when you get in your old ages, go out and visit and travel and keep your mind active. Because if you don't, people with dementia and all these other
Yeah.
things your body starts to shut down, because you stop living, you stop pursuing things, and you let it all go. So again, I ain't no psychologist or brain surgeon or none of that stuff, but I mean, it's very evident in a lot of our lives that when you stop having goals, when you stop pursuing things, your physical body starts shutting down. So the same thing with your spiritual man. You got to have something you're fighting for, something you running after. But I'm gonna stop, because I can keep going on that for a
Yeah.
minute.
Hey, because they get in the window of how we used to be on the ship, right?
Oh man, all that we just stopped working.
Hey, so man, you said some. I hope y'all. We got a lot of people in the comments right now, man. Got Gabe, man. Welcome, Gabe, man. You on Gabe from the ship. Chief, man. Hey, thank you guys for being with us, man. Here goes some things. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You said don't start, then stop, because it pushes our goal away from us. And having a vision and pursuing a goal keeps us busy. And this is a bomb. This right here, what I'm about to say is a bomb. You said, I'm pursuing good. In pursuing good, God will give me vision.
Mm-hmm.
In pursuing good, God will give, because the Bible does say that. He says that He works in us, it is He who works in us to do good according to his will.
Yep.
Look that up for me. I know Bible Scholar International. It says that he works in us to do good. You know, it's him, like you spoke, is him that works in us to do good. I tell people this all the time. I'm not this smart. I am not this smart to figure out. Let's start a virtual school. Let's write these books. But God give it to me, and I'm crazy enough to sit down and be like, chapter 1. I'm crazy enough, like, let me make my own shirt that said Discover University on it and wear it every day. Like, I'm crazy enough to do it because it's my vision. And what I'm learning is, and y'all, somebody need to think about this. As I'm pursuing my thing, people want to pursue it with me. As I'm pursuing my vision, people are like, hey, bro, I see you. And it's giving them the opportunity and the courage to pursue their thing. And so it's like, what if I'm holding somebody else's goal back because I'm scared to pursue my vision? Maybe if I just try, it will get. That's why we said in the beginning, let's get out of that. It don't really matter no more. You're lying.
Yep.
You just feel discouraged that you either can't accomplish it, you don't have what it takes, it's too impossible, you don't have the money, it'll never happen. My mama didn't do it, my daddy didn't do it. That's a lie. They weren't. I'm about to say something. What if they weren't supposed to do it? Oh man. What if your mama, your auntie, your grandma, your homeboy, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, what if they weren't supposed to do it? What if you're supposed to be the first one who got a degree? I'm the first person in my immediate family that's a pastor. My mom ain't no pastor. My dad ain't no pastor. My bald head tail a pastor. I'm the first one. But when God was speaking to me about this, it took starting in 2013, 14, it took me 9 to 10 years to get here. I knew it in 2014. It took me a long time to get here, but I had to be the first one. Now that I'm the first, my kids,
there it is.
my brothers, my sisters, my mom and my father, they benefit from my obedience to my vision that still today people may not understand. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how when you're pursuing something, let's go off the track. You're pursuing something. Should I expect everybody to like corral around me and be like, go get it? Or what should I, because let's go, the question says, why is it important to have mentors and partners when pursuing a desired goal? Should I expect support? Should I just go and then believe that the support is going to come? What is the dynamic when I have a vision? I might need a mentor. I might need a partner. I can't do it by myself. But how do you deal with this dynamic of, should I have somebody to tag along with me or to give me wisdom like you did for me on the ship? Is it important? Number one, it's important to have a mentor. Number two, should I have a partner?
So it's critically important, in my opinion, to have mentors. I would say that you have to be careful with the word, because a lot of people misuse what a mentor is. I've had plenty of mentors who just really were just people that I knew. And I wanted a mentor-mentee relationship, but the mentor I was looking for didn't really know that, and I didn't really know that at the time either. It wasn't until I got a real mentor that I was like, oh, this is mentorship, and really when I say that is that a mentor is somebody, when that relationship is specifically mentor-mentee, that's somebody that can keep you, I said a bad word on here, but accountable. That word of, you're messing up, you're going off track, you're not doing good, you're not doing right. Every now and again, I had one mentor that out of the 3 years I knew him, 3 years, he gave me one compliment. 3 years, one compliment, because the rest of the time he was course correcting me. It wasn't a friend. It wasn't somebody that I was hanging out with after work. It wasn't, the whole time I met him, hey, what's going on? He was actually a bosun in the Navy. Shout out Bosun Hughes. And we weren't close. We never had a formal agreement. We used to have these agreements in the Navy for mentor-mentee relationships. But for him, he just was like, nah, I see greatness in this dude. He be pissing me off because he acting up. So I'm gonna just cuss him out every single event. Every single event, I was going to go to the captain. I was going to get kicked out of the Navy. I was going to be in trouble every single time. but he used every opportunity he had to course correct me to where I am now. So a mentor is somebody that's not going to tell you that, oh, great, buddy, you're doing so awesome, keep it up. No, those are called cheerleaders. I don't want one of those. A mentor is going to say, hey, shut the heck up, you're wrong, get back on track. Because if the vision that you want me to get behind for you, that's not the way you're acting, you're not going to get there. You're not going to get there. So you need somebody that's going to be able to course correct you and guide you. It's great if your mentor's been there, right? If they've been to where you're trying to go, that freaking helps. You know, that helps a lot. But if they haven't been to that specific area where you're at least they've attained something in their life where it was hard, it was difficult, they had to persevere and pursue and all this kind of things, so that they can tell you, all right, I don't know exactly how to do this, but I know what kind of grit it's going to take to get you there, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you want in a mentor. As far as partners and certain levels of business. And, oh, go ahead.
Before you get into that second part, I just want to say, this man who on here right now was my mentor. This man used to put his foot. We're talking about it. When I was in there, he used to put his foot in my tail. Yes, we love God, because this is relevant. Yes, we love
all
God.
Day.
Yes, we, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Yes, we'll kick it after if we choose to. Yes, we can have money. But AB2 Vann, AB1 Vann, you ain't doing this. He'll pull me in there. But hey, I don't listen, because we had to differentiate boom from boom. When we at work, it's about these sailors. When we at work, why is it taking so long to get this job done? Where's the boom? So use the whole. I didn't like you, but here's the thing about mentorship.
Yeah, I know.
You know the truth, like bro. You right. You right. So I had no choice but to submit, because everything that you were saying was true. Now you didn't come back to me and was like, "Yeah, good job, AB2 man, good job for it." No, that's like you say all the time. I'm not gonna congratulate you for doing your job. It's your job.
Exactly.
So don't expect me to give you flowers when you did your job, and don't expect me.
Especially.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, especially when, not necessarily you specifically, but when anybody says, hey, I want to go get this. Can you help me? Or can you give me some advice? Can you mentor me? Okay, if you want me to do that, then when you're on track and you're doing well, why do you want praise? Keep doing it. When you get to that thing, I'll give you praise then, because we ain't done yet. We got work to do, you know, and especially between me and you personally, or anybody on the ship that I was mentoring or trying to guide or lead or whatever. The places of leadership, because that's one of your principles in here, but the position of leadership that we were in, we had other people relying on us. So there was no time to be lifting you up and praising you when they suffering, when they're affected by your poor decisions, or when you're like, well, I was going to tell them, but I was worried about how they felt about it, so I just waited until. Now they are affected negatively. So no, I'm not going to praise you because you told them the information they needed to know. No, you should have done that anyway. Good job for doing your job. Like, what do you want me to do here? But ultimately, like that's how I feel about mentorship. You know what I mean? Like, mentorship is key. But with the partnership thing, right? The partners, you want partners. Don't get me wrong. Like, hey, many hands make light work. You want partners, but the best you can do with a partner is hope to have one. Especially when you're pursuing your dreams, when you're pursuing your vision, when you're pursuing the things of God, especially pursuing the things that God has told you to do. You're probably gonna walk that walk with just you and Jesus. Like, that's probably what it's gonna be. Not too many people are gonna get behind you and support you 100%, let alone stand beside you and take the crap that's coming your way when it comes, because it's coming, right? The opposition that's gonna come when you try to pursue something. A lot of people are not gonna stand there side by side and link arms with you and handle it together. They're not gonna do that all the time. A lot of times what happens is it takes the 10 years, it takes the 9-10 years for people to see you grow, develop, struggle, go through everything. And then when you become this person, then they're like, you know what? I'll lock arms with him, because if that's what it took for him to become that, then I can become that. But when you first start, ain't nobody trying to rock with you. They're not trying to roll with you.
You're not trying to rock with
you. Nah, not at all. Like I said, come September, it'll be 17 years in the Navy, right? It took these last 16 years to make me what I am right now. It took that long for me to get to this place, to learn leadership the way I've learned it, to have good and bad leadership, to go through the different commands, live in different countries and all these different things, to develop what I know or what I believe right now, to the point where when we were on the USS Gerald R. Ford, when we went through adversity, when we went through problems, I was able to stand strong and say, well, y'all tripping off some stuff, or y'all are not motivated and depressed and going through, but nah, I'm good, because I see that it's not about me. It's not about my promotions. It's about these junior sailors. It's about helping them. It's about, and I'm not going to give out all these names that if I need to, I will, but this one particular person came up to me and they said, you know what, Chief, I appreciate you, because who you are and what you stood for, like that's giving me hope. You know what I mean? And so you want partners, you want people to jump on and help and pursue your dreams and goals and things like that. But it's not going to always happen. So you best you can do is hope for it, pray for it. You know, there will be people along your way, especially if you're pursuing vision, you're pursuing, you know, the things that are important to you. Somebody's going to come along and help you, because I've never seen anybody get to anywhere by themselves. It's never happened. There's somebody, whoever's telling you, oh, I did this all by myself. You're lying. You're not. You don't. There's nothing we do on this earth by ourselves. No, yeah, you know, all of that. You know, it sound good. You know, it really do sound good, but you've never done anything by yourself. So, but I would definitely say it's important. It's important to hope, or you should hope for some partners. But I think it's critical that you have mentors. You got somebody that's going to keep you honest, somebody that's going to help you stay on track, because you're going to need that person when you're feeling down and you want to give up. You're going to need them to build you back up and give you that tough love. And every now and again, you know, they give you that hug, or they embrace you. They sit there and pray with you, whatever it might be, because a mentor don't have to be just a butthole about everything, you know, but at the same time, you know, you need that person that's like, hey, if you're serious about this, I'm serious about this, and let's go. But they don't necessarily have to partner with you and do the goal with you. Like a mentor is helping you pursue what you pursue. They don't have to necessarily go with you. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to necessarily be involved in the vision. They can just say, hey, I'm going to help you and push you along. You know, they're Mr. Miyagi, right?
Yeah.
So I think my headphones are dying. Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm thankful you said that, because I remember when I was going through, coming into when I got to the Ford, I think. Oh, you good? Say something real quick.
Can you hear me now?
See. Yep, I can hear you. Being on
I'm
the
losing
Ford,
you. I can't hear you.
Can you?
No, what
Can you hear me?
happened?
Can you guys hear me? Just let me know. Just give me a thumb up in the comments if you can.
You want me to try to get out and come back?
Well, I can hear you. Can you guys hear him?
Well, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all.
I just see you doing this.
Okay. All right. So we got some thumbs that they can hear me. So yeah, you go out and come right back in. All right. As he goes out, let me see if I can get my name back.
That's weird.
Yeah. Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you though. All right, we good. Yep, we good.
Okay. All right. I was just gonna say, man, you played such a pivotal role in me personally as a leader, because you drew out things in me that I didn't know. Like, you made me use my voice. Like, these are your why are they still up? Why are they still up? No, second classes, first class. Like, I'm like, bro, chill. We're just trying to be. You made me be accountable to them, because leadership has nothing to do with the leader. It has everything to do with the people that we lead. I saw you do something one time. It messed me up. You were upset with somebody, fussing at somebody, dang near crying at somebody, because they were making bad decisions about their own life. And you were mad at them because they weren't mad enough about their own life. And I'm sitting there like, you remember when you pulled me into the bubble? You pulled me in the bubble. And what he pulled me into the office, basically. He pulled me into this office area. And I'm talking about, he is getting at this guy. Simply because he was passionate about the man's life, but the young man wasn't passionate about his own life. So he up here, bald head, about to cry, because he like, you don't even understand, man. You got an opportunity. And I'm sitting here like, why is this man? But I didn't realize at the time, like, that's leadership. Because sometimes you have to show them who they are, because we won't see it. So as the leader, it takes you to come up off that, you're going to do a good job. No, let me and it was that passion that I remember we was running on the flight deck. We were running on the flight. You singing cadences. We go on you know what I'm saying? Everywhere we go. I'm like, what's wrong with this dude? But you have always carried this presence to be like, listen, we going together. It don't matter how we look. This is our mission. Like, you've always had a great sense of doing that, because you know I know what I'm called to do. I'm a people person. God gave me this gift, and you're using it to transform lives, man. And thank you again for being on here with me, man, and allowing me to do this, because without you,
I appreciate it.
This wouldn't be like you partnering with me to do this. You said yes. I'm like, okay, thank you, God. I got somebody for the third week. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you never know. But like, you partnering with me, it means a lot. It really means a lot. Let's knock out this last one, man. And I think you've kind of touched on it already, but if there's anything else that you could say about this, what are some practical ways to make a vision or a goal reality? What are some like today, if they could get off this live today, what could they do right now to start making their dream, their vision, or completing a goal? What's some simple things that they could do?
Reality, real thing, like we've been saying already, is just writing it down, having it written down, coming up with timelines and things, and be careful with the timelines, because everybody is like, oh, I didn't meet this at a certain time, oh, I didn't make it at this time, so but it's just for me, actually, the Navy started to do this a couple of years ago, and I think it's an amazing thing. But for every single job in the Navy, or rate as we call it, they came up with a ladder. So in your first year to your third year, you'll be this rank. You should have done these particular jobs. You should be at these types of commands. Your year 4 to 5, 5 to 6, or whatnot, you should have done A, B, C, and D. So you kind of want to, you can literally write down like, well, I'm gonna do school. I'm gonna do this 2-year college. So in 2 years, I should be able to do this and get this done, get that done, get that done. In your career, I'm gonna be the cashier, and in the next year or two, I should be able to rank up to this particular position and do A, B, C, and D. All in pursuit of being that manager, being, owning my own Chick-fil-A. Come on, somebody. That's still man. God's chicken. But but for me, but for me, it was pursuing, at the time, it was pursuing being an officer in the Navy. That was what I wanted to do. So I already knew, all right, for me to go to the State 21 program, I need to be under 27 years old. I need to do A, B, C, and D, da, da, da. So once I figured out what I needed to do to qualify, I start planning out how I was going to do that before I turned 27. You know what I mean? I started looking at the things I needed to do, what qualification I needed to have, how to write a package. And then I start asking for different mentors. I started contacting different officers that were in the community. Hey, sir, ma'am, how did you do it? What did you do? What was on your package? Did you get some references from Congress? Da, da, da. I started doing the legwork of trying to figure that out, and I start adding, okay, if I do a package, I got to submit it after I have 3 or 4 evals under my belt. So evaluations, right? So that's 3 years right there. I got to have this, that, and the other. So in 3 years, I need to do all these other things so I can put this on my resume towards the package that I'm going to submit for this program. Bet 3 years, let's go. That's kind of how I started planning it out. And then once I figured out that I was pursuing this thing, and I got to a point, I talked to this one officer. He's like, yeah, pilots are cool, but we really just play like with autopilot. We just get up there to get our hours. I was like, I don't want to do that. I fall asleep in the passenger seat of my car. I'm going to pass out on autopilot in this jet, Not to say that's their whole job, but that was just something that for me, I was like, nah, I want to break the sound barrier every time I go on the airplane. I was like, you don't do that. So I changed my vision. Okay, well, I want to be a Navy officer, but I don't want to be a pilot anymore. So now what? Then I found this great mentor, Bosun Hughes. He was a freaking awesome bosun, cussed everybody out all the time. But hey, ship was stop shaving. We ran, we did our thing. Everybody was knowledgeable. So I was like, all right, I want to be a bosun. I want to be this guy. How do I do that? Well, that's the LDO program and CWO program. So you got to go A, B, C, D. Cool. So if I do that in this amount of time and I go to these commands, then I'll be able to, and I just kept planning. And through the pursuit of going after this leadership, this officer, this community, this job, this title, whatever the case may be, it just developed me because it became more about not just being the one in charge or being the one up there in front. It was about the quality product that I was able to provide through the leadership that I gave to those sailors, through those people, And then once I got to that point, I'm sitting at the board. I had my package good to go. I just put on chief. I'm going through the chief season, as we call it. And I'm sitting in uniform, and one of our top community managers was like, "Hey, man, you're good to go. Put that package in, bro. It's going to look good for you." And I said, "Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for your recommendation. All good." In my heart of hearts, I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm going to be a Navy chief. I want to be a Navy chief." Because I know through pursuing the vision of being an officer, pursuing the goals that I figured out what I really love. Because and I'm gonna say this last thing, and I know it's gonna send Pastor Vann in a whole frenzy, but it was adversity that taught me that lesson.
Come on,
It was
man.
adversity. It
Come
was
on.
adversity. It took a lot of people telling me I couldn't do it. A lot of people telling me that I'm not good enough. A lot of people telling me that I didn't have enough, or I'm not a part of this clique, or not a part. I don't talk like this, or I don't act like that. I'm not. It took a lot of that, and for me to stay where I was at, do it, to become what I am, and then find out like, okay, this is who I am.
Wow.
This is what I am. And as much as in the Navy, I have a lot of pride about being a Navy chief. Like I really, really do, because I love what it stands for and whatever the case may be. But it's only going to be what I choose to make it. And one thing I have to do is pay into that, right? Not just pay into being a Navy chief, but pay into what I believe. Pay into it. I believe in being a Navy chief. I believe in being a good leader. I believe in being a good husband and a good father. Actually, I'm lying. I believe in being a great husband and a great father, because I strive to be great. If I hit good, I'm good. But if I strive to be great, so that takes a lot of humbling. That takes a lot of constantly reviewing myself. Am I on the right track? Shout out to my boy Letty Salati, man. He actually had a conversation with me, because through his adversity, he was like, "Hey, man, watch out for this. Don't become like this, because you want to be good to your wife. You want to be good." And I took it on, and my life went in another direction. So you got to be able to take criticism from other people's, learn from other people's downfalls. But the last thing I got, and because I can keep going, man, but adversity, I cannot undervalue the value of adversity. Because if it wasn't for adversity, half of us would just quit or stop doing stuff. Or if everything was just cushy and easy and lovely, and it wouldn't mean nothing to you. I always try to tell people, especially on the ship, if it's hard to do and everybody can't do it, then it must mean something. There's something to it. Anything worth having is going to cause you some trouble. It's going to cause you some headache, blood, sweat, and tears, man. It's with it. So, that's pretty much what. But going back to the original question is just write stuff down. Write it down, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it changing. A lot of people get stuck on stuff changing and I'm getting off track. Just have that goal in mind. Have that thing that you're pursuing. Look at that puzzle piece that you want to put together. But then know that if you've seen people that put puzzles together, a lot of times they try to start at the corners, right? Like they try to put the frame together first, and then once they got the frame, then they kind of work their way inward. But some people, they'll find a whole, like a face, and they'll put the whole face together, but don't know where it go. They just kind of put it where it should go, but it ain't nothing else around it but the face. So sometimes that's going to be your story. You're going to put the face together, but not know where the rest of the body go. Or you might have a corner here and a corner there, but then you don't have but that's okay. Like, that's cool. Just keep going. So that's it. But write it down. Keep yourself on track. Be honest, and get somebody to tell you. Get a mentor that's going to tell you when you're off track. Because if you can't handle that, you're not going to be successful. You're just not. Successful people are not easy people. They have to take that hard road. It ain't easy being the only pastor in your family, because then when I know you definitely got to have an accountability partner. First time being a pastor, I don't know what I should be preaching, or how I should be talking to people, or how to, what do I do? You got to have somebody that's mentoring you. That's like, yes, son, you're doing good. And that's how you do it. Or no, you were way off. I don't know what you was talking about. You was all over the Bible and didn't read one scripture.
That's how it be. That's how it be.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much starting out. Write it down, just write it down. Just get started.
I'm a man. I love you. I do, man.
I love you too, bro. For real.
I didn't know it was gonna go like this. I didn't know, bro. You said hope for partners. You know what I'm saying? Hope for partners. Write the vision. You have to work to bring your vision to pass. You said in your pursuit, you will develop. You will learn as you go. You said value adversity. Well, what's the point of understanding what's the point of your vision. Vision is the overall. Goals are the small pieces in the middle. You asked us to, what is our why? Who are we? You're being able to accept that visions change on the journey. Man, I'm sitting here. I'll share this real quick now, then we'll knock this thing out, man. But right before, a couple hours before I got on here, I was downstairs praying and just worshiping, and I've noticed lately that sometimes I go on social media, and like I told you guys earlier, I want to be very transparent right here. I told you guys earlier, I got out the military to be a full-time entrepreneur and to be selling my books and traveling and speaking, which I've had some opportunities to go speak. Like I've been to New York, I've been to Las Vegas to teach. I just recently got an opportunity to go to Pennsylvania to teach. You know what I'm saying? And speak and take Discovery University with me. But I get discouraged at times because I'm seeing other people like being brought in by colleges and being brought into these major programs. And like it was getting like even today I had to cut it off and I was crying literally just before God is worshiping like, God, I trust you regardless. Wherever you want me to go, wherever you send me, I trust you there. If it's in front of 3 people, I trust you. If it's in front of 1,200 people, God, I trust you. I'm not going to, there's a scripture, y'all, that says, I'm not speaking from a place of need, but I have learned in all things to be content. And if that's something that we could just take for the rest of our week, whether your vision is, whether you're 30% complete, 100% complete, that should not take away from you being content that at least I'm up, at least I'm alive, at least I'm working towards something. Like Martin Luther King didn't stay alive long enough to see the results of his vision, but he did enough to get his vision out here. Now we're the proof that his dream was real. So you may not see it come to pass. The reality is, I may not ever see Discovery University in a building, but my kids might see it. But if I'm so worried about tomorrow, I won't properly manage my today. Be content, guys. Whatever you have, whatever you're working on, whatever you don't have, be content with it. It's okay. It is all right. You're doing just fine. Trust God, man. Stay focused. Again, man, thank you, bro. For being here again. This is my brother, Lewis Mountain, and amazing. Y'all see this? He a preacher. This man a bona fide. Okay, we while he was on the ship, because you can just hear his passion for what he does, man. Y'all hit him up, Lewis Mountain, on Facebook, man. He is an amazing person, amazing leader, man. I admire him and his wife. I mean, his story about how they met, man, and how his simple prayer was, God, let me give my heart to the one that you desire for me. I never forgot that. And to see his transformation going from Japan to back to Norfolk and being able to meet him, and it has been an amazing time. Listen, man, thank you, bro, for this. For those who do not know, man, I published my second book earlier this year, May 21st, Chosen Generation, 6 Principles and yes, sir. Equipping students to grow in self-awareness and become transformed. If you haven't already, pick up your copy, either on Amazon, you can get the ebook or the paperback book. If you go on my website, though, you can get your personally signed copy, paper book. You can get the ebook version, and you can get the audio book. I love the audio book because I get silly on that thing, and you can hear it come to life. So if you would like to, man, invest in that and invest in yourself. Check out Chosen Generation, available right now on Amazon and on my website, www.robertbvann.com. Last time, guys, y'all, thank you. Thank you for being with me, Robert Vann, your neighborhood strong man, and my brother, Lewis Mountain Chief. I'm sorry, Chief.
No,
Chief
that's all
Mountain.
good. That's all good.
Thank you
Thanks for having me.
University. Man, appreciate you, bro. Thank you, y'all. This is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. I'm working on actually getting it certified so I can actually we'll talk about that one day, but be looking out for it. Thank you guys. I have a vision. That's all I gotta say.
There it is.
Thank you guys for being a part of this, man. I love you, Lou. Thank you guys for being with us. If you let me know how it was today. Give us some feedback, give us some comments. Let me know how you think about the presentation, the slides, volume, quality. Help me so that way I can get this thing going and make it better for you guys. Again, thank you for your time. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. I love you. Love you, love you, love you.
Booyah.